everybody out there is very strange and go around and shake hands.
Hello.
Hi. 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 Okay, so I'm a social work student in the social work program, and the reason why I'm doing this video is for my practice one class. And does everyone know what confidentiality means?
Yes.
Alright. So the only reason why I would report anything to anyone is if there's abuse reported to yourself or others, or if I'm subpoenaed, which I'm probably not going to be, so that's okay. But basically, say, I'm just going to talk to y'all and ask y'all a few questions. Is that okay with everyone? Okay, so I'm going to start with Chloe. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. How about you?
Good. And what's your name?
Devin.
And how are you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good.
Your name?
I'm Emily.
How are you feeling today? Okay. Sabrina?
Hi, I'm Glenda.
Matt?
Okay.
You're just feeling okay.
Yes.
What does that mean? You're just okay?
Oh, it's hungry.
Okay. And Shane, how are you feeling?
I'm doing good.
Alright. So, I just want to go around to each person and I want, what is y'all's fraternity?
You
Phi Epsilon.
Okay. So I just want to go around to everyone and I want everyone to tell me what their role is in the fraternity.
So my role in the fraternity is I am the vice president, so that means second command of the president's not there. I run the meetings, and then also I'm over all the rush processes, and so I'm happy, or whatever you want to call me, the rush daddy, and I do all the different rush events we do, and I guide the rushies or membership candidates through the process of rushing.
Okay. And Devin?
I am parliamentarian and I'm also the chaplain. And so I keep all of our ritual materials and I perform different roles in our ritual events. And I also am in charge of keeping order in the meetings. And so I make sure everybody's quiet when they need to be quiet and make sure everybody follows the Robert's Rules of Procedure for the meetings.
Okay.
I am the president of this chapter here. What I do is I do pretty much all the paperwork. I interact with our international fraternity as well with the other chapters around here. I run meetings and just take care of stuff like that.
Alright.
I'm head of Ways and Means, which practically is approving or disapproving money being spent.
I am the recording secretary. I keep up with the notes, the minutes of what goes on in our meetings. Also keep up with the roster to see who's all attending the meetings. My job also entails that anyone who's not in a meeting or anyone who is in the meeting, I send out a copy of the minutes that took place in the meeting.
I'm the chorister. I run the sectionals for our fraternity, and we sing through our traditional songs, and then sometimes we learn music to go to nursing homes, so we do some service there. And then when we get new members, I teach them the songs, so they know the songs when they come in.
Okay, that's awesome. So how often do you guys have meetings?
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Alright. And how long do they usually last?
45 minutes on average.
Okay. So how within the group does everyone handle conflicts? We can go around everybody.
I mean, me personally, I don't like conflict, so I try to avoid it at all possible. Personally, I feel like the fraternity in general though, we just sit there and we all try to talk about our problems and have little powwows. That way we can get down to what's going on and what the problem is and get it fixed as a whole.
Okay, Devin?
Well, conflict resolution is actually kind of under my position if we did have two people that were in conflict with each other. And my general stance on conflict is to kind of set whoever is involved down and try and keep an unbiased opinion to kind of help settle it and figure everything out that needs to be figured out.
Okay.
Kind of going off of Devin, there's a chain of, how to deal with conflict. I mean, if they can't work it out themselves, they go to the parliamentarian. If they can't work it out, they come to me as president. If they can't work it out, then we all go, or at least the two people involved, go to our advisor, because she's impartial. Like, she's just going to listen and try to work it out. Personally, I mean, we have bigs and littles in this fraternity, and our lines are our families. And I know within my line, we try to talk to each other through the family and try to fix whatever issues happen.
Me personally, with conflict, I'm the type of person to just be confrontational about it. Like, I have to nip it in the bud before it gets spread, because being in U5, we're like, as music majors, we're very close-knitted with everybody else, so drama can spread. But I think U5, especially this year, we haven't had any kind of big drama like with individual two people. I mean, any organization will have conflict, of course, but we're really good about being straightforward with it, figuring it out, and getting it solved.
So you just want to knock it out from the start.
Definitely.
Good.
So with me, I usually just keep it to myself, knowing the other person's perspective on this. Maybe they're having a bad day, so I'll let them try to figure things out on their own. But if it gets too out of hand, then I'll just do what they said and go their way.
Yeah, and like when we have our like big conflicts within our chapter, like we have the resources to go to them and like work things out. But when we have the individual conflict, I feel like we're good about going to each other, talking it out, and then it being okay. So
That's really good. It seems like y'all all handle conflict pretty well. And it's really good that y'all think of each other as family, because that's really a good basis for an organization. So, as a group, do y'all hang out outside of your fraternity a lot?
Yeah.
more than we need to.
Yeah.
Okay, so, do you guys associate with like any other organizations within the music department?
Yeah, I know this weekend we're doing a ropes course with Phi Mu Alpha, which is another music fraternity. I think also KK Psi, Kappa Psi, and then Tau Beta Sigma, which are all music fraternities, and they're all going to the rope obstacle course and just have fun. And we do like things other than that, like go hang out at the pool or try to go see movies or just little things, just hang out. Plus we see each other every day. So
And we have our social chair. She's not here, but she organizes mixers, and we did a Valentine's mixer with the organizations as well. So we try to reach out to everybody.
So as an organization, like what are some things that y'all go out and do? Like, I think you said something about you organize stuff for y'all to go sing at.
Like the nursing homes? Well, since we have a professional fraternity, we do service as well. And we organize like music to go to nursing homes. And we sing there for them, and then we visit with them afterwards, just to know that like people are here and that like we care about them.
That's really sweet. So do y'all enjoy doing that?
Yeah, do it Monday.
Do y'all ever go and like sing to like kids or something?
We did for I was a chorister. I think we went to a foster home during Christmas, and it was kids that like their parents are not in the picture at all, and we went and sang for them because they don't have people coming in and singing for them often, and so we thought that was nice.
Oh, that's really sweet. Okay, so y'all have meetings like every Monday, you said. Okay. So, what happens if someone? So you said when someone doesn't show up for a meeting, like you're in charge of reaching out to them. Like, are they like penalized if they miss a certain amount of meetings?
What they're supposed to do, they're supposed to contact me beforehand, telling me the reason why they can't make the meeting. Actually, they have a little sheet they have to fill out where I have to be informed that it goes on. If they don't tell me they're not there, or they didn't tell the president, then I go and seek them out and ask them why they weren't there.
Okay. So y'all have like a little chain of command with each of your positions. That's really good. It seems like y'all have it really structured in a good way. So, I want to go around the room again, and I just want to know, like, can each of y'all point out something like positive about yourself?
Okay. I try to be really happy all the time. It's hard sometimes, but most of the time I bring the fun to everything, so that's one of the reasons I'm with all the little events, like rush events, because I'm happy and fun. I make people want to join you guys.
I feel like I get along with people really well, different personalities, because I would like to say I'm very understanding of different people, and so I can kind of gauge people's personalities and figure out what the best way to interact with them, I guess.
You alternate. I guess I'm really responsible. I'm in charge of all our really important paperwork, so have some sort of faith in me to get it done.
I'm easygoing. I'm very go with the flow kind of person. And I also like being funny more than half the time, all the time. So I feel like people can relate to me a lot because I'm just someone that you can goof off with, or if you're just having a really bad day, I'm just there to like make it better. And yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people tell me that I'm sort of loyal, and I will stick with something for a long time, no matter how hard it may get, and I still see it through.
Corey, what are you making that face for?
On the song. My half note.
With me, I guess we all get those days where we're kind of like negative and like we don't want to do anything, we don't want to be around people, but like even if I am, I guess I don't hide it, but I just try to pull out the positivity more than the negativity and smile, because I feel like smile goes a long way with people. Makes them happy. So.
Well, I'm glad you guys can all point out, positive things about yourselves. For a lot of people, it's not really that easy to point out positive aspects. So, do you guys find it stressful to be in a fraternity and then balance school at the same time?
Yes.
Sometimes yes, but sometimes, or I feel like most times, it helps because we all know what we're going through. We all know that it's hard, and so we're very understanding of each other, like regardless of if we have like recitals or something like that. And I don't know.
The majority of us are all in the same classes, so we help each other out with different things. We understand what needs to be done to help someone else. Like we can tutor each other, or we just listen to the problems we're having in class. Or so I mean, we're all music majors or minors, and so it just helps our field that we want to do. We understand each other better.
We're all living.
A lot in
We're
common.
basically living the same life, basically.
When I first started out being the recording secretary, it did get a little stressful for me balancing school, but fortunately for me, my fraternity big, she was the previous recording secretary, so she was able to help me through it all and find ways to make it a little better.
And Sabrina, you said no.
I think that if you are dedicated to do something and you think that you can take a role, especially with New Phi, like I know Emily does have a lot on her plate being president, and so does Colby, especially when it's time for Rush. But I think that if you know what you're doing and you're confident when you're doing that, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. I think being a music major is very hard for a lot of people. Some it comes easy, some it doesn't. But I think that if you just know what you're doing and just going to a meeting for 45 minutes on one day out of the week, and yes, we do a lot of stuff outside of the meeting, but I think it helps more than it doesn't. If that makes sense. I mean,
I agree.
It calms you down more just to have people to rely on. Kind of like what Colby said. It's it might be 1 hour, but not all the time our meetings are serious. So, or they are serious, but we have our moments, and that's just because we're all trying to do the same thing. And I think it's not too hard to balance out our fraternity with our other social life.
Well, they're all vocalists. I mean, most of this fraternity is all vocalists, and so I'm an instrumentalist. And most of the time during choir or something, I have an ensemble when they don't, and so I don't really get to actually see and hang out with them much anymore. And so being able to just come to a meeting and be like, all right, so what's going on with you? Because we have an announcement portion where they get to say, hey, we're having this on Saturday, or we're going here tomorrow night, come with us, kind of thing. And everything's going to have some level of stress, whether it's good or bad, but that makes me happy to have meetings every week just so I see these guys.
And Devin, what is stressful for you?
Just since mainly with my job, sometimes I have to be a bad guy. I don't really like being a bad guy a lot of the time, but I always try to make it positive, and usually nobody gets too mad at me. They usually understand because I'm usually just following the rules. But most of the time it's not stressful.
Well, it's good that y'all really rely on each other. That's really good because some organizations, they have a lot of conflict, and they don't know how to do that, and then when they're stressed, they don't know how to handle that, but y'all can, since y'all are all in the same lane, y'all can rely on each other, and that's really good. Okay. Okay, so, it was really great to meet you guys today, and you guys were very vocal, and I love that, and y'all talked a lot, and I really appreciate that, and, thank you so much.
Thanks.